one of the questions that we have been asked, and one of the questions that we know people are asking right now is, how in a time like this can we remain a church? And it's interesting, when you suddenly cannot meet on a Friday morning anymore, you realise just how little contact we actually have with one another during the week. You take away that one point of contact and suddenly you realise there's nothing. And it's a good question. How do we remain a church if we cannot physically come together in large groups or even in small groups? And it's something that's really worth thinking through. And I guess the reality is, during a time like this, we need to share our lives with each other in ways that we just haven't done in the past. And so I was thinking through a few practical things that we can do. And I realised one of the things that's important to do during a time like this is to remain vulnerable with one another. It's okay to feel concerned or scared or worried and vulnerable at these times. And it's good to share that with one another. I've really been happy to receive prayer requests from people saying, can you pray about my job? I'm worried about it. Can you pray for my family? I'm worried for them. And it helps me to feel connected to people. It helps people to feel connected to us as we stand with them in prayer. Another really practical thing that we should be doing during this time is using technology in ways that we haven't done before. So just sitting there and typing out some WhatsApp messages to people that you wouldn't normally be in contact with maybe during the week. How are you getting on? Do you need anything? What can I pray for? That helps people stay connected. And the other one that we've really been using for the first time ever is Zoom. And we're going to send out a link to Zoom in our newsletter this week. We had our team meeting on Zoom on Monday, and it worked so well. There were about 8 or 9 of us in the virtual room together, and we were able just to catch up with one another, see how we were. We prayed for the church together, and we discussed what we were going to do for the week. Zoom is now open, it can be used. And what we're suggesting to city groups is get onto Zoom once a week, meet with each other virtually once a week. Connect with a friend and say, hey, should we Zoom? Me and Patrick were on Zoom together a couple of nights ago, and it was really nice just to connect with him. So there's some practical things we can do to stay a church. And one of the big things is just looking out for one another, because that's what church is all about. Really. It's looking out for one another. Would you add anything to that, Fusi?
No, I wouldn't. I think that's perfect. That's a perfect list that you've detailed there. The reality of technology is that technology can be seen by others as evil, or it can be seen by others as everything. So people tend to idolize it or demonize it. And those who demonize it also is from the devil. Look at the stuff that's on social media. Look at the stuff, it's capable of all kinds of bad things and evil and stuff like that. Some people would really idolize it almost as though it's everything. So you spend, instead of reading the Bible and going back to God, you end up spending all your time technology. You receive comfort from technology and from Facebook, social media. You receive news, you receive information and everything, and you just lap it up, and without actually being able to eat the meat and spit out the bones. And I just want to say, though we are embracing technology around this time, is with wisdom, isn't it? And the wisdom that we need is the wisdom that Scripture helps us and gives to us. That there are things that we will find on social media and other things that should help us to know what to do around this time.
So I would say that the big thing is stay in touch with one another, support one another, even if it's through technology right now. It's more important than ever before. So stay in touch with us.